Hello all, welcome to the Editing channel. In today's video, let's discuss about this two S866 e-bike display that apparently is exactly the same. However, there are some minor difference that needs to be explained, right? So if you look regarding the connectors, the wiring, you may note that in the left, I have one with only one connector with 5 wires. And in the right, I have two connectors, one with 5 wires and one additional with 2 wires. So the objective of this video is show to you the difference of these two S866 e-bike displays and how to you this will affect in case that you purchase a different one that you have in your e-bike. Okay, so basically let's discuss about what's the function of each wire first, right? So if you look for those two, you will see that they are exactly the same. The order and the colors are exactly the same. So in pin 1, we have the red wire that is the positive and also is connected to the positive of the battery. After this, in pin number 2, we have the blue wire that is the control line or power lock. Basically, this function is send the voltage battery when you turn on your e-bike display. After this, we have the pin number 3, that is the black wire, that is the negative of the battery. After this, we have the green and yellow that is responsible for the communication with the controller, where the green wire is the RX, meaning that is the receiver. The wire is the receiver of the motor controller, and the yellow wire is the sender or the TX transmitter to the motor controller. Okay, so there is no difference. So in case that you purchase with any of this, the function will be the same, so you can use. However, the second connector, the function of this connector is for turn on and turn off your headlight. Okay, so in case that you want to control your headlight by the e-bike display, by the buttons, you need to connect this connector in the headlight, and then you have the control directly in the e-bike display. In some cases, you have additional buttons that you can add to your e-bike, and then you don't need to pass the control of the headlight by the e-bike S866 display. Okay, now let's power on. But before that, let's see about the design. As you can see, there is some minor difference as well for the bracket, for the fixation, right? You can see that one is in the left, more in the left, other is more in the right. Also, the wire, the connection, this one is in the base of the bracket, and this one is directly in the back of the e-bike display. This is for the 7 wires e-bike display. Is a little bit different regarding the entrance of the cable, right? That goes to the controller. Okay, now let's use some power supply to power up the both e-bike display, and let's see some minor difference as well regarding the error. This is important because this difference could be impact, especially for the 5 wires version. Actually, there is no indication that is the quantity of the wires will be the same a firmware of the e-bike display, meaning the same program. So maybe could be have difference. That's why some models of e-bike have some minor difference in the S866 parameters as well. Okay, let's turn on in the left, let's turn on in the right, the 7 wires and the 5 wires in the left. Okay, as you can see in the right, we already have the error number 10. That is the error regarding the communication. This is feasible because as well we don't have any motor controller connected to the two wires, the yellow and green, as you can see. But as you can see, only one e-bike display have the indication in the main screen of error number 10. In the other one with 5 wires, with this firmware here, you must navigate pressing the power button until find the error menu that you can see just now. Okay, so what is the difference is that you can navigate despite of the error for the 5 wires firmware version. So then you can see the power of the battery, the elapsed time of power up, and the odometer and everything. However, for this one, you cannot see. If you try to navigate, it's not able to see the odometer, the battery voltage, and as well the elapsed times and other details that you can see in the other version. Okay. Apart of that, if you go to the parameter menu, you can see as well that is need to press both buttons together. This is not change. And as well, the number of parameters, if you compare both, you can see that is the 5 wires version have more parameters. Have parameter number 21, 22, and 23. I checked the manual and this parameter 21, 22, 23 is regarding the PWM of the motor controller. So it's something that is not so common to change. So probably this one is directly to the configuration of the firmware. So don't have any possibility to adjust in this firmware version. It's not clear which one is the new one and which one is the older one. So as well, probably depends of the manufacturer, you could have less parameters to adjust, or sometimes this is even, the parameters is even blocked. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show to you is regarding the headlight. So in the firmware version, you can see that you have the same option. You just press the power button and then hold for some seconds and then you have the icon here. However, as you don't have wire, it's not clear how to you turn on the headlight by the e-bike display, unless if your motor controller have some kind of output to connect to the headlight, then through the communication protocol, you can turn on the headlight. Okay. However, in the 7-wire version, you can see that the function is the same. Just press the plus button and then hold, and then we'll see the icon of the headlight. And then you press again, hold, and we'll turn off. Okay. So when you press and hold and you have the icon in the e-bike display, basically what happened is that the power supply here, the voltage power supply could be 24, 36, 48, or 60 volts, will be connected to the 2-pin connectors. Okay. So to demonstrate this, let's use a breadboard with a LED. So then it will be more clear. Basically, I'm having here one LED on one resistor because this is necessary. Okay. and then the two wires that we're gonna connect to the connector here. So basically here we have the black wire that is the negative, and then the white wire that is the positive, okay? So if I press here, you can pay attention for the LED, press and hold. As you can see, we have the LED turn on. And in case that you want to turn off, just press and hold again. One thing that is important is regarding the load of the headlight that you want to turn on by the e-bike display. Probably there is a transistor here with some limitation, so it's not recommended you connect directly in the headlight unless that the headlight will have low power, for example 1 watt or something or less of this. So in some cases you have the headlight with 3 wires. This is the recommended. The 3 wires is because you can connect the positive and the negative directly through the battery voltage. For example, do an arrangement. You can use other connector, or maybe just cut the cables and connect directly here in the positive and negative of the battery. And then the white wire will connect in the green wire. That will be just the command to turn on the headlight. Okay. So that's it for this video. I hope that will be helpful for you. And if you are consider to watch more videos like this, please consider to subscribe of the channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.